introduce yourself? Who are you?
Right. Well, my name's Ken Nutt, and I've been keeping fuchsias for around about 25 years. And I've belonged to the Enfield and District Fuchsia Society. I've been with them around about 20 years now, plus maybe a bit.
We've just stopped there. That was just for me to test the sound, but that was perfect.
Yeah.
Right, so introduce yourself and tell me how you first got into growing fuchsias.
Yeah. My name's Ken Nutt. I've been keeping fuchsias and growing fuchsias and showing fuchsias in actual fact for around about 25 years. I belong to the Enfield and District Fuchsia Society. How did I get into fuchsias? Well, I have to blame my father-in-law, to be quite honest. He used to give us fuchsias and I used to lose them. And when my mother-in-law passed away, he came to live with us. And he brought his fuchsias along and he showed me how to grow them. And I thought, well, this is clever. And because of the diversity of his fuchsias, I thought I'd take it on myself as well. Well, to grow them properly, you really have to join a specialist society. It's the same with the chrysanthemums and dahlias, etc., etc. So, best to join a specialist society, and that's what I did. I saw an advert for Enfield Fuchsia Society for their open show at Capel Manor. Went down and had a look, and was suitably impressed, if you like, with the glorious array of the various types of fuchsias that you can get, species, cultivars, etc., and the way they grow them. Diversity in growth, from bushes to standards, baskets, hanging pots, spirals, hoops. Goodness gracious, how do they do it? So I joined the society and they showed me how.
What is it about fuchsias?
Well, fuchsias are a lovely shrub. They can give you a show of flower, depending on the weather of course, from June right the way through to Christmas. I've had fuchsias on Christmas Day, you know. So the diversity of them as well. If you go with some of the species fuchsias, particularly the long flowered ones and trifillas, beautiful long flowers this long. And from them, all our cultivars are made. And now we've got upwards of, in actual fact, 7,000. 7,000, that's a lot of cultivars that have been registered. And they're being made every year, added to. Some come into vogue and then go out of vogue. You'll see some that last for years and years and years, some that don't. It depends really how people take to them, whether they are nice looking, whether the colours are good and vibrant. So, you know, that's about it. That's about it. One of the long-standing ones, and everybody knows it, is swing time. And it's been about for years and years. Years and years. Beautiful double flower.
When did you start showing? And
well, after visiting the show at Capel Manor, I joined Enfield Fuchsia Society, as I say. And the following year, they was organising the show, and as an out-and-out beginner, I was looking at my plants and I thought, whew, they won't do. But our then chairman and secretary said that they would visit my garden and have a look and give me some advice. Phew, jumped on that straight away. Invited them round, they had a look. Oh, Ken, yes, put that in, put that in, put that in, which I did. And I came away on my second year of joining Enfield Fuchsia Society with a third card. And I was proud of that. I had a look at the standards and I thought, that's a challenge. The next year I'm going to have a go at that. So I started to run up a whip and made it into a standard. But the cultivar that I chose was a big heavy double. And our then chairman said to me, I'm sorry Ken, he said, but you'll never make that into a standard. That's like a red rag to a bull for me. So I could prove you wrong. So I whipped up this this standard, and it was called Blush of Dawn, a beautiful heavy double. Trouble with doubles is that they don't have a lot of bloom, and everybody ends up then with singles. I do now, but I run up this standard and I carried it down and put it in a show.
Can you do that bit again, just because your hand...
Oh, sorry.
So start
Yeah.
from, so say I run up a standard.
Yeah, so I run up this standard, and come the show, I took it down and benched it, and it was a quarter standard, so it wasn't too tall, it was nice. And I benched it and I had a look around and I thought, stand a chance here. Of course then I have to leave the hall because the judge then takes charge and he or she done the judging. And that finishes at 1 o'clock. So then everybody back into the marquee to have a look. And I just got through the door and our chairman said to me, you jammy. And I said, why? He said, that standard you've put in. I said, yeah. He said, well, you've got best standard in the show. I was gobsmacked, basically. I said, you're joking. He said, no, best standard. I said, well, that's the one you said I would never make into a standard. Oh, did I? Oh, well, never mind, Ken, well done. And he walked away. And from then on, I really rose to the challenge, you know. So
what if somebody wanted to start with fuchsias? How
well,
would you say?
If you wanted to start with fuchsia, you were interested, obviously come and join the club. And then you would probably visit a local nursery or a specialist nursery, and you would buy a small plant. I personally obviously grow my own, and I take my own cuttings, but for the want of a beginner, one would actually buy something like this. It would be a plant that hopefully has been stopped and in a small pot, and you would take this home and grow it on. If it has been stopped, then the side shoots would start to bush out from the leaf nodes. You see that there. So this would be making a bush. I sometimes visit a specialist nursery, and when I look for small plants like that, I try to get them like this, which is unstopped. Now the reason I'd get one like that for unstopped is that I can then take out the tip and take the tip as my own cutting, or it can be run up as a whip, which is the start of growing a standard. So you don't take out the growing tip, so that you remind yourself not to take out the tip, you put a cane in, and all you do then is run the whip up the cane. When the whip reaches the top of the cane, you take the cane out and you put a taller cane in, and you tie back to the cane through round the stem to keep a nice straight stem. All you then do is like this, is run it up, and that is a whip. And when it gets to a specific height, depending on, as I'm interested in showing, it's got to either be a mini standard, a quarter, half, or a full standard. So I make up my mind what I'm going to run this particular cultivar. This one's called Flash, by the way. It is hardy, but it's not hardy if you're making it into a standard. Up to the height you want, you leave the top 4 or 5 lots of side shoots and whip out the grain top. And then all you're doing then is building a bush on top of a stick. That's all there is in growing a standard. If you know how to grow a bush, then you run up your stick and you grow your bush on the top by leaving the side shoots, and when they get to 2 pairs of leaves, you then take out all the growing tips and you end up with something like this. Now this is a mini, obviously going to be a mini standard. This one's called Papoose, another hardy, but not as a standard. You have to look after these in the winter time and protect them, but that's another story. There's the bush on a stick, and when that flowers, if it's good enough, it possibly might go into the show. Your bush, if you're stopping it, will end up like this. This one is a double called Devonshire Dumpling. As your plant grows, then you need to knock it out of the pot and check whether the roots are starting to go around the bottom of the pot. Then you pot up one pot size, and then from there you go through various sizes till you get to a size where you're ready for showing. Doubles take 10 to 12 weeks from the final stop to flowering. So from our show, which is July the 23rd and 24th, count back 12 weeks, then that would be my last stop for a double. Okay, and at that time it will also be in its final pot, because if you forget and the roots really get pot bound, that will force your plant into premature bloom, as Mother Nature will always do. Bloom, seed to survive.
And I have it. Right, put that one, this standard one on the floor. Just need to take 2 on the table. Right. Can you pick up the bush cutting as if you could, right? And now put that one back in the same place. And now pick up the other one. And now put that back in the same place. Right. Pick up the first one again. And I think you had it in your right hand. So I'm just getting a close up of the cutting now, as if you're talking about it. So that's good. Keep doing that. Okay, and now the same with the other one. Okay, let's get down focused. That's right. Keep turning it. Okay, it's fine. And now bring up the long one.
This one.
Yeah. Just do a close up on that. Okay, and now the bush one, which you held in your right hand, but you turned it up to face directly to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So, put it back up, yeah. We film it that way. If we had two cameras, you won't be able to, you know, we would have filmed
Yeah.
this, but until we get sponsorship for the show, unfortunately, everything's done on a budget. That's why there's just me. Right, okay, and then, so if you put them back, the film, this one here, so.
Yeah, go on.
Is that one you're taking to the show?
Eh?
Is that one you're taking to the show?
No.
Right.
No.
So, how do you stop and why do you stop? And so, what does stopping mean?
Yeah. Right. Now, to stop your fuchsia means taking out the growing tip. In taking out the growing tip, you make your plant bushier. So the more times you can stop, the bushier your plant will be. Now, depending on the cultivar and whether it's a double, a single or a semi-double, you stop at generally 2 pairs of leaves. So what you do in actual fact is count from, I mean, not this has been stopped and the middle has been taken out, so we've got 1 break, then it's been stopped, then we've got 4 breaks. Now we need to stop again. So when you do stop, make sure your plant is watered. That will make the stopping a lot easier. So from your break, we count 1 pair of leaves, 2 pair of leaves, and then we take out the growing tip. Just pull it over and it will snap off, just like that. Okay? So what we've got to do is do this all the way round at the same time. Can't leave it for tomorrow, same time. 1 pair of leaves, 2 pairs of leaves, take out the growing tip, just pull it down and it will snap off, just like that. Turn it round again. 1 pair of leaves, 2 pairs of leaves.
Stop there a sec, hold on. Let me just take a really close up of that. So start by saying 1 pair of leaves.
Right, here we go. 1 pair of leaves, 2 pairs of leaves, and then we've got the growing tip, and we take that out by just bending it and it will snap off. Okay, just like that. And the same with this one. So now we've taken off all those 4. Then we have to look down below, and there are just 1 or 2 small shoots coming out from below, but they're not quite ready yet to be stopped. This one has run away from ourselves, so that one I'm going to just pull out the way because it is of a nuisance. So now we've got 2 little side shoots coming out here. So by the time they grow long enough, these top shoots will have grown as well. So then we'll be able to stop them with this lot. So then you've got, I've missed one.
Okay.
You always double check, because if you miss one, then your plant becomes unbalanced. So there we go. Now we're okay. So what we've got to do now is make it nice and spherical in its pot.
Can you say that bit again, but just bring the pot up a bit closer?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So now we've done that. The idea is to make it nice and spherical so that we've got a nice bushy plant. So when you look at it head on, it looks nice and round, and when you look at its side, it looks nice and round. And that will make a nice show plant in due course.
So when will that probably go into a show? Next year?
Well, this one won't ever go into a show because we always grow a surplus of plants, and some of these will end up in our club shop at the show on the 23rd and 24th of July.
Just before I forget, can you put the pot back down between your legs? And the camera's just on your face now, but I wanted to say the bit about making sure that the pot is watered before doing it.
Right.
To make it easier.
Yeah, okay.
So if you look towards me and...
Yep. Make sure that your plant is watered before you attempt to stop it. That will make the branches nice and crisp, and when you stop, they will snap off quite easily.
Okay, that's fine.
If I move some of these, take that one out.
Let me try and get myself out of the reflect. Right, so how are you going to go about deciding what you're going to go into?
Well, that won't be until they bud up and they start to come into flower. Obviously, to put stuff in the show, it's got to have flower on it. So once we've got a nice shape, I've got 2 or 3 different pots of the same variety, and I will choose the best. Those that come into flower and showing a nice lot of flower, they will be the lucky ones that go into the show. The rest will probably be used as stock plants.
A lot of people in the club, have they been told about this, or was it just?
Oh no! They all know, or that we've contacted you, and that we hope that the television will be visiting the show. Right. So, with your permission, I'll tell them it's definite. Do you want me to take this out of the way?
No, that actually helps.
Right.
There's a bit too much sun flying around. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, which ones are you taking to the show? That's my question.
Well, that depends on how they flower. I should be growing probably 2 or 3 pots of each cultivar, and then when they come into flower, I will then make a last minute choice as to what I'm going to put in the show, because obviously to put stuff in the show, it's got to be in flower. So those that show the best flowers, a nice large amount of flower, I'll be putting in. The chances are that this one will go in because we have a class for foliage that is more than one colour, or not specifically green, if you like. So this one will definitely be going in, that's for sure. This is called Barbara Norton. The chances are that this one hopefully will go in. We'll see how that goes. That's called Samba. But these others, we have to wait and see in actual fact how they flower.
Okay, that's fine. How many people come to the show? Just out of interest. It must be a...
They don't actually just come for our show. Right. That also entitles them to visit Capel Manor Gardens.
Right.
So it's a dual thing, if you like.
And then you get people that have just come to see
Oh
the
yeah,
gardens,
yeah, yeah.
On that. So if you could just go up towards the house a bit more. Yeah. Perfect. Right. So you could just say something like what I just said. So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's about it. So over the next few weeks, I shall be growing these on, and then the next time that you see me will be at the show, where I shall be entering for the various classes, and with a bit of luck, we might win something.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like the BBC do.
Yeah.
So hold on then. Okay.
So I'm Ken Nutt, I'm a fuchsia grower, and welcome to the horticultural.
And you're watching the horticulture.
Oh, yeah.
Channel.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'll
ready?
do that again.
Yeah.
Yep, Ken Nutt, I'm a fuchsia grower, and welcome to the horticultural show.
One more time. Start off with hello or hi. I'm a fuchsia grower and welcome to the horticultural channel.
Oh.
Okay.
Alan Titmarsh, what are you doing?
It's the small bits that are the difficult bits
That's
to
right.
do. But by doing this, you'll be the first one to be on screen.
Take 4. Yeah, yeah.
Hold on then. So 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Ken Nutt, I'm a fuchsia grower, and welcome to the horticultural channel.
Perfect, but rather than you're welcome, you're watching.
Oh, you're watching, right, okay.
Okay, so 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Ken Nutt, I'm a fuchsia grower, and welcome to the horticultural.
You're watching.
And you're watching the horticultural channel.
Perfect. Right, let's have.
Sorry about
Let's
that.
try it again. No,
Yeah.
so, hold on.
Hi, I'm Ken Nutt, I'm a fuchsia grower, and welcome to the horticultural channel.
You're watching.
Oh, you're watching.
We don't want to welcome them.
You're not welcome. Welcome, watching. Right.
Okay, so you're watching.
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Ken Nutt, I'm a fuchsia grower, you're watching the horticultural channel.
Perfect. There you go.
We got there in the end. Oh, you're. Just want to check a couple of bits and pieces on there.
Going through it and inspecting it.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do in actual fact is take out some of the growing tips, because what I'm going to be doing now is making them so they will be bushy. Yeah. So I can't reach some of those others, so we'll leave them to grow a little bit longer. That's that.
Can you do that bit again? Just take the lid off.
Yeah.
And then, so put the lid back where it was. And then, so just pretend you've just finished one and then put the lid back on.
So they've all got to be done, because this time of the year you can do them just on the bench in one of these trays, but January, February time, when you want.
Right, so give us your tip.
Yeah. Right. Getting early cuttings January, February time, I grow mine in a polythene bag in the plant dish, like this. That's where the warmth is up in the top of the greenhouse at that time of the year. So 3 to 4 weeks and I've got some cuttings. Of course, April, May time, you don't need that really. Off the bench in little plant trays, and you can do them like that.
Okay, let me just take a shot of that. So lift up the tray and just tilt it towards me. Okay, put it back down. And now just look towards me and say something like, and that's my top tip or something like that.
Yeah, and that's my best tip.
That's my best tip. Don't tell anyone.
But don't tell anybody,
Okay,
yeah.
so we'll do it like that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay then.
Yeah, yeah. And that's my best tip, but don't tell anyone.
Perfect. Right, let me just take a close-up of you holding the bag a sec.
Hang on, because that's a microclimate in there at the moment.
Right.
Right. Do you want me to take it out of the bag?
Do a really close-up. Yeah, I'll just turn it slightly. That's perfect. Yeah, you can see it.
Oh, right.
You'll be charging us too the next time we come up.
Well, any time you want to come and video our show, you'll be welcome.
Yeah.
We'll make you welcome, that's for sure.
As long as there's cake and tea there, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to get it onto Channel 5, but
Well, ITV for Channel 5.
yeah,
Yeah.
but trying to get a show onto TV is probably the same as trying to get.
These are some of my little seedlings. One actually has been registered. That one near
Right.
Master Pablis. But
Do you then get a fight when it comes to the names? You have people in the family going, oh no,
No.
I want one, I want one.
what I say goes.
Yeah.
Eldest daughter's side. Then my youngest daughter's side. Her eldest daughter is Amy's imp.
Well, the thing is, if you do it by like children and things, it gives you the incentive to try and get another one.
That's right.
Because you've got to.
You see, because the next one,
address the balance.
the next one was Pink Lucy,
Right.
which is Emma's sister.
Right.
And then we got Master Pablis, which Amy's imp, son for him. Hopefully, amongst that lot, if there's one
Yeah.
that's good, he'll get it.
I remember watching Gardener's World, and there was a dahlia grower, and the presenter was trying to get him to name it after her. And
The only yellow fuchsia that's floating around, and it's not actually a cultivar, it's a species, is procumbens, which come from New Zealand.
right.
And believe it or not, this is it.
All right.
It grows prostrate.
Right, which doesn't look like a fuchsia at all.
No, but it grows prostrate. Now, yeah, look, there's a flower coming on that. It's a yellowish flower,
Initially, when I saw it there, I thought
blue-
maybe it was a sea.
No, with blue pollen.
Right.
Now, read that label.
Yeah.
Now, what does it say?
Procumbens.
Fuchsia procumbens,
Yeah.
yeah. Seed, 22,
Oh, January 99.
99. Grown from seed.
Just it right.
Now, I've got some seed growing in there. Easy to grow from seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a dandelion.
I'm quite an expert when it comes to doing dandelions. Yeah.
When you visit Studland, that's growing wild down there.
Oh, right.
But don't dig it up, it will cost you a few bob because if the ranger catches you, you've got a big automatic fine.